cake start to finish. So I start by covering the board the week before and then embossing it with these Fun Font embossers. I firm it up in a very low oven for around 5 to 10 minutes. And then I use this Colour Splash Rose Gold with some Rejuvenator to paint in the letters. For the bento, I used my 2 egg amount. Head to the stand store on my page if you would like to purchase my ingredients charts and recipes. Now bento means lunchbox because this is meant to fit in a takeaway box or lunchbox, and I think mine are a little bit bigger than this. They are 5-inch 2-layer. They probably would fit in a lunchbox, but you'd need quite a big lunchbox. I weigh out my batter into 2 5-inch cake tins and I make sure I do a dip in the middle. I bake low and slow and they took around 50 minutes to bake. I knew they were done because they were coming away from the sides of the tin. They were golden brown and when I put my palette knife in, it came out clean. I left them on the side for around 10 minutes and then I turned them out onto a wire rack. And in the meantime, I mixed my colours of buttercream. These were white, lilac and purple. The next day I levelled them off and I do the upside down method, so I buttercream the top first and then flip it upside down and fill it and then chill it for around 30 minutes. This just allows it to firm up, and then I do my crumb coat with vanilla buttercream, chill it again for around 30 minutes and then do another thick layer of buttercream and go around with my scraper. I go in both directions with my scraper and run it under boiling water in between to give it a nice smooth finish. I then put it in the fridge again for around half an hour and then it was time to flip it the right way, so I put a blob of buttercream on the top and then turned it the right way and flipped it onto the board. This board is nice and firm now as I covered it last week. I removed the baking paper and then let it crust over a little bit and then I added my decorations. This is a leaf nozzle, so I did a ruffle around the bottom, and then this is a shell or open star nozzle. I did another border with that, and then using the leaf nozzle again I did another ruffle around the top. This is a closed star nozzle, so I did a border with that, but I very quickly decided I didn't like that. It was too chunky, so I removed it all with a knife. I used a smaller drop flower nozzle, and again I didn't like this, so I removed it again, and third time lucky because then I used a smaller drop flower nozzle to do a border and I liked that, and then I used the shell nozzle to do an inner border. I added a 70 and some sprinkles, and here is the finished bento. The customer also ordered 12 matching cupcakes, which I think is a really good idea. It's just something a little bit different and I really do like the colours of this. So that is my 5-inch 2-layer bento vanilla sponge cake.